Today we're smoking the H. Upmann 1844 Reserve here at the Stogie Palace. Alright, this H. Upmann 1844 Reserve is a robusto model. Let's take a look at what I have for this. Let's see, I've aged it for almost 3 months. It's a 5" by 50 ring gauge robusto. It says it's medium to full strength. Made in the Dominican Republic with an Ecuador Habano wrapper. So let's get this thing lit up and let me find my lighter. See what this thing's all about. One call, your voice on the phone, one play. Well, the wrapper looked pretty good shape. No external issues that I could find. I did a V-cut on it just because to see how it draws. And just with a little V-cut, it draws a little too loosely. There's a lot of air coming right down the middle. Just to get that right there, I'm really have to pull hard on it. Definitely peppery at the beginning, and I didn't apply the flame right too. As you see, I was toasting it like a marshmallow. It's got a nice aroma though, nice flavor, smooth. Some of what you're seeing coming out of my mouth is condensation from the coldness out here. It's 48 degrees and humidity is 45%. So let's get a little bit further on this H. Upmann 1844 and see what we think. So this H. Upmann, I was looking into it a little bit. In a previous video of mine, I listed all the cigar manufacturers and who makes what between the big ones, General Cigar and Altadis and Swedish Match and all that Scandinavian tobacco. This one is by Altadis, but there's also an H. Upmann that's made in Cuba. Different completely. So this whole Cuba thing's gonna get interesting with brands like this. Like you have a Dominican brand, and then you have a Cuban brand. So on Cigars International, they sell for about $6 a piece in a 5-pack, the robusto size. I got this for $4.60 on Cigar Bid, so did all right. It was at a time I was looking for stuff a little leaning towards the medium, not so much the strong stuff, which since then I've been actually enjoying a lot of the stronger stuff. As is typical in a lot of these cigars, it's starting off with a bang. I suspect after the first third it'll start mellowing out a little bit. So it's kind of strong, longer finish, peppery. I can sense it back there. Long time between puffs. But so far so good. A little uneven on the burn there, but nothing. I'll have to keep an eye on that. It's kind of canoeing there, so let's keep on going and see what we think. Like I thought in the second third, which I'm into now, it's the smoke is thinning out a little bit. The flavors seems to be mellowing out a little bit, although the retrohale, which I try to do a couple times, a cigar, just to see if there's anything there. It was a little harsh, a little rough on the back of the throat. Finish is shortened up a little bit. The burn line hasn't really improved a whole lot. Ash fell off pretty decently, not too bad. So it's decent, not terrific. Apparently somewhere along the line, and I don't know, with Cigars International, they don't always tell you the date of when they wrote these things, but apparently it scored in the top 25 cigars of the year. I assume Cigar Aficionado. I'm not really sure. It says beautifully made pyramid, not this one, with a superbly even burn and lush draw. It's tightening up a little bit. That layers the palate with earth, cedar, mineral, and rich tobacco intonations. It said that up above that too in that Cigars International description, those flavors, and I would have to agree with those. I'm not picking up much in the way of cocoa or coffee type of flavors, and I am drinking this, I'm smoking this with some hot chocolate with Irish cream. It's nice. I'm not sure how much of a problem this is going to present if this keeps up with this canoeing. You know, I don't really want to have to touch up cigars, especially if I'm like out for a walk like I did the other day, and I don't want to have to mess with that. I'll bring a lighter with me just in case, but anyway, let's keep going on this. It's a fast burner, I'll tell you that, but this is a good size. I like this. It doesn't take forever, and it's cold out here, but I got a little heater on. It's not too bad, so let's just keep going, see where it takes us. I'm betting it's going to end up in the 91, 92 range probably, although apparently it got a 93 in there somewhere, but I think in a different model, different size. So we'll see how it goes. Getting down to this final third, or close to it anyway. I did move the band a little bit. One thing I like about certain construction with certain cigars is that, yeah, the band was tight when I first started on this one, and I was afraid couldn't move it around at all, but being so dry out here, about 44%, sure enough, the band starts loosening up a little bit, probably from the heat, probably from the dryness. It's able to slide down a little bit further, so the band point moved. The retro, and not just the retro, there's still a little bit of scratchy burniness, burning I don't particularly care for. But I haven't done the patented Stogie Palace waft, so let's do that. Not as aromatic as most. Not picking up a lot. Not getting a ton of smoke right now either. But it's staying lit. There we go. Not real strong as far as the aroma, but not foul or anything like that. How many times have I said that about cigars? Most of them kind of smell the same unless there's some raunchiness to them, but so far it's decent. Not outstanding, so let's just keep going a little bit further. It's, you know, sub $5 stick. Not bad. Every so often I get a little bit of sweetness. I don't know if it's the hot chocolate or not. I don't think so because I haven't had a drink of that in quite a few puffs. So let's get a little bit further. See how that band comes off. That's a factor in my scoring, and see how it is. Well, about to wrap this one up. It went out, had to scrape it out, had to purge it, had to relight it. Don't like having to do that, but I will say, and this happened plenty of other times, is when I have to do that, I've been lucky that every time I've had to do that, or scrape it out, purge it, relight it, that it comes back pretty decently, and the final third is nice. It's better than the middle third for sure. But the burn though, still kind of a problem throughout. This one ended up getting a 90. So that's like, you know, 9 out of 10 or 4 out of 5, something like that, which isn't too bad. But it's still fighting me here at the end too, so probably going to be end this pretty soon. It's just not putting off a bunch of smoke. It did there after the relight, but now it's kind of tapering off again. It had plenty of time to age, so it's not too fresh. But look at that. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is the H. Upmann 1844 Reserve. It's good, average cigar. I know some of you say 90. How can you give it a 90 if it's just average cigar? Well, it's not, because it's not foul. It's not objectionable. It's not nasty. It just could be better burn, that's for sure. It's almost giving me nothing now. So anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. This is Chris at Stogie Palace bidding you adieu.